The Kerala High Court has sought the responses of the state government, the Travancore Devaswom Board, that is the TDB, and mainly, of course, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh or the RSS on a petition challenging the organization holding drills and imparting arms training on the Sarkara Devi Temple premises at Chirayinkeezhu in Thiruvananthapuram. The petitioners are two devotees of Goddess Durga who have submitted that these drills carried out with sticks or staves disturbs them from praying peacefully at the temple. Two circulars were of course issued in the past warning the temple administrators of stopping any such activity. But it has been said that it was of no avail. The RSS continued with its marches and drills with sticks. So let's look at what is the RSS accused of. Well, carrying out their activities from 5 p.m. to 12 midnight every day, carrying out drills with sticks, which is tantamount to weapons training, raising loud slogans, and also allegedly using pan masala inside the premises of a temple. You must know that all of this is of course banned in any temple premise anywhere in India. Is this the RSS way of pushing their agenda through, or is it just the failure of officials at the board who have failed to secure the temple? You know Kerala well, you are from the state, of course you grew up in Karnataka, but tell me, I just find it very bizarre. You know, there was in 2016 we saw there was, you know, pushing back on same kind of activities. Then 2021 in the recent past two circulars. I mean, how can the RSS go about doing these activities inside the temple premises is what foxes me totally.
Well, when we say temple premises, there is a definition to it that we should understand. It is a broader definition that includes the Maidanam of the temple in local parlance, or what we call the grounds of the temple. So most of the activities are limited to the grounds of the temple, which are under temple ownership. Now, Sudha, you know, there is a long-standing feud between the CPM as well as the saffron organizations as well, and RSS being one of the key organizations with which the CPM has had a feud in Kerala. And the feud sometimes, you know, becomes very hot to the point where people are dead and killings and things happen. And at the same time, there is a very belligerent attitude between both the organizations. Right now, the CPM machinery is technically having an upper hand when it comes to the temples in the state. That is to say that they have penetrated its committees. There are people from the CPM who have allegiance to the CPM who are part of the decision-making bodies, and of course the Devaswom Board, the Travancore Devaswom Board.
How many temples do they control? If you look at it, the government or the Devaswom, around 3,000?
3,000 odd temples they have under their control.
Right.
So now it is a CPM-led Devaswom. All right. So since it's a CPM-led Devaswam, the RSS probably is trying to challenge that notion on the ground, saying that it is temple properties, or this thing is not the CPM's this thing, just because they are in power and they have the ability to get people onto the Devaswam Board.
But look at these two petitioners, G. Vyasan and Vijay Kumar, you know, who are in their 60s. They are the ones who have actually said it disturbs us, because if I'm there, it's also my fundamental right to pray in peace. You've given me a temple. There, if you're raising slogans and if you're doing all this shaka business, more than the weaponization which is with sticks, it is also my right to freedom, and you're interfering in that. So don't you think it is about devotees, about people, about citizens of this country?
Well, the devotees, yes. When you look about, you talk about the petition that has been filed, of course, it looks like it is actually the devotees who've gone ahead and made those petitions. But if you ask the people on the ground, there seems to be a larger political connotations to what is happening, because already there are two circulars that have been sent to the Devaswom Board. One on the non-implementation of the 2021 circular was the recent one, saying they have to be strict about it. And now you have this case in the High Court. So let us in fact see what the court is in fact going to decide on it, because already it does send notices to the respondents, or it sent notices to
I think we have the order, no? Verghese?
Yes, we have the order.
Can we just put that up so that the audiences can have a look? This is actually, would you like to explain it, you know, how it goes? Look at that. I mean, these are the names of the petitioners, G. Vyasan and K.V. Vijay Kumar.
And these are the respondents to it, and we can see the High Court has pleased to direct the 2nd to 5th respondents, that is including the Devaswom Board and to restrain the 6th and 7th respondents from the unauthorized use and illegal occupancy of the temple and temple premises for conducting mass drill and weaponry training.
Sorry, Verghese, but I find that illegal occupancy a bit over the top.
I mean, that is in the petition. That is why the court is not, in fact, looking at it. Is in the suit that they are saying that it is illegal. It's an encroachment.
Don't you agree? It's over the top a little.
Yeah, see, Maidanam of a temple technically is a public property.
Mr. Sanjeev Uniyal, I want to come to you first because considering you're also an advocate, I want to understand that, when circulars have been given to them, when enough warning has been issued to them that please do not use the temple premises for any kind of activities which disturbs the peace and of course the sanctity of the temple and the devotees, why is it that the RSS cannot shift anywhere else and do it?
Sudha, there are two things.
Ji.
First is, as far as law is concerned, de jure and de facto. De jure is the legal permission given by any board or any maidan or any temple to the person who are using this. And de facto is factually they are doing that. So there are two things. So if the petitioners have come across that they are doing tobacco, although I have never seen in RSS Shiva, it has been started in 1925. Tobacco has been used. One has to go personally to the RSS Shiva. You'll be surprised to know, no purely vegetarian type of food is first served to the people who are taking participation, who are the Shiksharthi, who are the Abhyarthis. And there are 22,000 approximately, I have gone through that circular also, 22,000 Samsevaks in different 200 stan in different parts of the countries are going through this shivers, and in 1 year. So you can understand from 1925 onwards how many people have gone across, and nobody is purely, I am a RSS Samsevak, but I had never take tobacco, and the people who are coming to the RSS Shakhas, if they are taking, they left tobacco.
No, tobacco, of course, I said that as the last item, Sanjeev ji. I don't want to focus too much on it. Maybe I'll come to it later. But this kind of jisko weaponization, I said tantamount to weaponization. That's the word I used. With sticks, with coal, as we call it in Malayalam. The thing is that what is going on with the sticks? Even in Tamil Nadu, you do it, you do it in several other parts, but I've never seen it inside a temple premises, for God's sake. You are a socio-cultural organization. You are not even related. You say that you are not political at all. What do you have doing this inside a temple premises? You're disturbing me, no? I have a fundamental right. Article, to kind of protect me from praying in peace.
With certain riders, Sudha, with certain riders. If you are reading Article 19, you have to see with certain riders, and that riders is clearly there. I have also my right to do my own cultural felicitation. What has been done? Why not? You cannot do like this.
No,
in 1925, Sangh Shivers have started, and Mahatma Gandhi ji 1936 Sangh Shivir of Wardha has taken place. Mahatma Gandhi. He has taken place in Wardha Shivir, and he was in the Pratham Varsh Shivir of the
but
RSS.
then we all know what Mahatma Gandhi thought of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh.
And I am telling you that is from one point of view.
He called it an akhada. I don't want to go into ancient history. Sir, let's stick to this. This is about Kerala. Sir, sir, आने दीजिए ना, दूसरों को भी अंदर मैं फिर आपके पास.
Let me complete. Second part. De jure was the permission. Presumably. The permission has been granted by the authorities. That's why they are there in last 20 days, 15 days or 25 days. What they were doing in last 5, 10, 15 days, it means they have got the permission de facto. They were doing this shivir from 15 days. What these authorities were doing over there? Kerala is having a Sarkar of your school of thought, I think, presumably.
My school of thought? Hello. Sanjeev ji, namaskar. क्या कह रहे हैं आप? ये तो आप You are presuming. Mera color. Look at the color I am wearing. Look at the color I am wearing. I'll come back to you, Sanjeev ji, but that's not fair. Rahul Easwar, author and activist. Sir, I have. Sir, please. I don't have to go to an RSS Shaka. That doesn't mean if I'm doing a story on a discotheque, I have to be. I've never been. I just want to ask you that I, as a South Indian, find it very, very, disturbing that inside the temple there is raising of slogans from 5 to 12, there is mantram which is going on inside, the tantri is doing his stuff. I know it's in the Maidanam, it's in the Maidan, but also this kind of, I am not concentrating so much on the eating of the pan masala, let's put that on the side, or let's put on the side that they were doing it with the sticks, But the point is, what is this inside the temple premise?
Sudhaji, 3 submissions. First of all, legally speaking, temple and the entire property associated with temple belongs to the deity. That's the legal position. Sri Padmanabha Swami Temple and all the associated properties, including the Maidan or including Guruvayur Devaswam's Maidan, belongs to Guru Vayurappa. That's the legal position too. In India's legal framework, the deity has a right to hold property, and all those people who are associated with the temple are administrators of the property on behalf of the deity. There can be a secular Devaswam administration, there can be a spiritual restricted tantris, there can be a secular court overseeing. So basically, entire property belongs to the deity. So deity's right is first, then comes devotees. And devotees are there in all Hindu organizations, whether it is NSS, whether it is RSS, whether it is SNDP, whether it is Puliya organizations or Brahmin organizations. So everyone is there. So everyone has a right to come to the temple. Second, just like our Christian Muslim brothers, social life is centered around church and mosque. Hindu community's socio-spiritual life should be centered around temple. So we want Maidans, we want spaces like this. And as Sanjeev ji rightly said, even Mahatma Gandhi had great relationship with RSS back in 1936 in Wardha, and then in 1947 September he addressed RSS, and he also spoke about Dr. Ji in very glowing terms, saying that you have put your entire service for the nation, and also said the untouchability, which was a huge issue there, is not seen in shakhas, and how could you achieve the impossible? This was the word used by Mahatma Gandhi. So RSS is a very important part of Hindu Samaj, a right-leaning or patriotic Hindu organization. That's the space of RSS. But 2 submissions are there. One, yes, it will be naturally an issue if you are seeing danda, stick and the other things.
Yes.
But I believe RSS and the other Hindu organization should be allowed to conduct satsangs, yoga, bhajans, any kind of discussions. All these things with the permission of the temple should be there. But CPM should not use this as an occasion to settle scores with RSS, because we have always seen atheists being a part of temple boards saying that they will rule the temple according to this. And just one submission, even in Shabarimala case we saw the money from the temple was taken to argue against the very temple, Shabarimala, in Supreme Court.
Right.
So believers should be there, whether you are a communist, Congress or BJP, doesn't matter. Every believer of every Hindu hue or spectrum community should be able to congregate in temples, of course with prior permissions, adequate things and all. None should have untouchability. I don't belong to RSS, I have never been to a Shakla. But there is a kind of political untouchability that the CPM practices towards RSS members. That is not right. Temple belongs to everyone. Let everyone congregate is the right thing.
I agree with you, because I will not bring politics when I am praying to my deity. That's the last thing I will be thinking of. I am a believer. But the point is, I'll be very disturbed if some business is going on with the sticks. After all, I have also argued, I used to think, why are the temples not allowing someone without a dupatta? I am talking about Tamil Nadu temples. Then I said, it disturbs the sanctity of the temple. There is a way in which you dress and go to. I'm not saying everyone should wear a sari like I do. But then there are certain boundaries, I say, Rahul Easwar. Otherwise, everything is open. Do whatever you want to. Mr. Paul, you heard both Sanjeev ji and also you heard Rahul. What is your response to that? It seems that the issue in focus is less about, the temple, the Devi temple. It's less about, what they were doing inside the temple. I have only objection to the coal, the stick thing, and not about that pan masala. It's not proven. So the thing is that, but the point is but it's being seen as a slugfest between the CPIM and the RSS. Old wounds yet again scratched for them to come out in the open.
Yes, madam. Both the temple as well as the temple premises have got its own sanctity. The temples in Kerala are governed not by or controlled not by the government but by a statutory body known as the Devaswom Board. As far earlier as in 3 or 4 years ago, the Devaswom Board has issued a circular banning all these physical training or drills that are being conducted in the temple premises. It is a bad thing. We cannot allow it. Although politically insignificant, both the RSS and the BJP has a strong presence in Kerala and their work is almost centered around temples, naturally, and we have no objection to it. But this type of physical drill and training reminiscent of some martial arts in the temple premises, it will disturb the sanctity of the premises as well as the peace of the devotees who come there. That is why these two persons have approached the High Court, and the High Court has issued notice to the government also. We, the left government in Kerala, do not approve any such activities, whether inside the temple or outside the temple or the temple premises.
All right.
So we will fully cooperate with the High Court and comply with the directions given by the High Court in this regard. Our position is that these type of physical drills and activities cannot be permitted in the temple premises.